Yeah. All right. Good morning, everyone. I know this is not my usual time. I know I haven't been doing my usual stuff. I'm on vacation. We're going to go down here. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, TC. I got Lori here with me. We're on the beach. Wanna go see the water? Want to see the water? She's like, I want nothing to do with that water. You were first. Yeah. Ooh, sun is bright already. It's already hot and sticky out here. Yep, we are on the beach. Just getting my notifications right now. It's been a good vacation so far. Took me a couple days to get everything ironed out. We had 2 days of traveling. It's funny because people stress out so much while traveling. Not me. I prepare for a lot of stuff, and when things don't go my way, I just deal with it. Look at that beach. Isn't that beautiful? I've been looking. There's one tanker ship behind the camera right now where I'm looking. I don't see any others. I love watching the ships. Mama Coop, good morning. Is Coop up yet? Probably not. He likes to sleep in. Oh, there's yoga going on the beach. Lori's all trying to pull me over. She's like, I don't like the sand. It doesn't feel good. All these people running. It's been so hot at night, though. It's not like I can sleep with the windows open or anything like that. You all right, Lori? He's like, I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Not yet. Yeah, I'm an early bird wherever I go. I'm getting adjusted to the East Coast time. Woke up right at 7. Yesterday I did sleep in. I was running ragged. Now I wanted to do one of these yesterday, but it was just so damn hot. By like 9 in the morning, it's already hot. Join the beach yoga. I'll do yoga on the cruise ship. I think that'll be a fun video because I would want someone there doing the recording. Did you guys like the video at Bucky's? My son enjoyed recording for me. He's, as you can tell, he's a little bit shorter than me. Good morning. Who was that? Good morning, Laura. This ocean. Oh, there's a guy metal detecting. Can you see him behind me? He's detecting the metal. I'm gonna put my feet in the ocean. Lori's gonna hate me. She's gonna be like, "Oh, my feet wet." This dog is a princess. Ooh, I should bring my nieces out here. There's a lot of shells here, but it was just high tide, and it's now going out. Ooh, the water is warm. The water is very warm. Lori's running back like, I don't want to get wet. I love Bucky's. Bucky's was interesting. I'll say that much. It was very interesting. I did buy the puppet from Bucky's. Oh, there's another yoga on the beach thing going. That's a big class. A lot of them. I used to have a roommate. She was a yoga instructor, and she always wanted me to do yoga with her. Nah, not my thing. Hey, boss. Good morning. We are at Hilton Head Island. We uh, we were over at Paris Island the other day. It had been 21 years since I've been to Paris Island. Stepped on the yellow footprints to become a Marine. 21 years ago was when I was there the last time, though. That was when my brother, uh, he graduated. So I was there 21 years ago. I went through 24 years ago. Yeah, 24, almost 23, almost 24. January of 2022 is when I went to Paris Island. I graduated in March. But we actually went to the museum, and some recruits came through, and a couple of them were asking us questions. So that was interesting to see the recruits. 20 years for you too, huh, Carl? Yeah, yeah. It's changed. It has changed a lot. My barracks is gone. They destroyed it all. Everyone's looking out. I don't know what they're watching. If I can turn this around. Uh, something here. Oh, I think it's a turtle. Let's see. Oh, that's a shark. That's a little shark. Interesting. There you go. So there we go. We got to see a dying shark. Uh, I saw the one fin, and I was like, "Oh, that looks like a turtle." But no, you're in Minnesota, and it's disgusting. What's disgusting? The fact that I'm on the beach. You know, it's my parents' 50th wedding anniversary this week, and yeah, we they said they wanted to go to the beach. It's getting so bright, I can't use my shades to read the thing anymore. Is he stuck? I think he's close to dying. He's rolling. He's a little guy. He's only probably about 3 feet. But yeah, he got close up here to the beach, and he keeps rolling. So Not dead yet, but he's getting stuck up here because the tide is going out. Baby shark. Whew. It's starting to get warm. We're not there yet. Lots of people riding their bikes. You'll be down here in a month, huh? I'll keep it nice for you. Got some pelicans out here in the water right now. Blurry, did you see that shark? That shark, Blurry? She's like, I don't care. I just want to walk. This says, happy birthday, Alf and Al, Bill, something LL. So, happy birthday to them. Humidity is thick here. Oh, it is thick here. Or at least for me. That's the one thing. We landed at the airport and like we weren't 5 steps off the plane and my son was like, I can feel the humidity. We are very attuned to humidity. We are used to 0%. If we get 15% humidity where I live, we can feel it. But it's also why I went and got that mini split AC that I put in, because with that mini split, see, everyone else relies on swamp coolers to keep cool where I live. But the moment it rains just a little bit and you get any humidity, those swamp coolers don't do a thing. So that's why I'm glad I got the AC at my house. Not a lot of people do AC because out there it takes more power. They run all day. Uh, but yeah, it. I've been out there in the desert long enough to know. No, with the mini split as compared to the window units, they do a better job. So I was like, even if it's an added cost, I'll shut up and pay it. Good morning, Kathy. I'm on my mobile, so if I miss any of your comments, that's why. I do try to greet you guys. Now we're up here to where all these homes are, no longer the hotels. I want to. We're in a hotel, but I want to buy one of the condos down here that we can use as a rental property. Not here. I would prefer Florida. A little bit longer of a tourist season, you know. But yeah, we went walking yesterday in the beach. Ooh, that sand was so hot. Whew. My brother got a blister. Yeah, it is worth it. That AC is worth it for my comfort. Absolutely. Seen a couple nice seashells. Might have to pick them up for the girls. They were out collecting seashells each day. we'll see. If I'll do a walk the beach with Skipper, or if I'll just do a coffee with Skipper. Because I don't know if I'll do this every day. I just wanted to come out this morning before it got hot. What do you see, Gore? What do you see? Oh, this guy's out fishing. He's out fishing. She talked to Jeremy Hills about buying a condo in his rental building. I'll tell you this. I think he was very smart doing that. Uh, I think having his show is a great way to take his platform and, boost that. Uh, I don't know. I don't know much about Cedar Key. I need to start learning more about these areas. We want to buy the condo up in Vegas because I know Vegas. And Vegas does have a tourist season. It does. But the potential to rent it out all year is very high. With here in South Carolina, you have a very definitive tourist season. Uh, with Florida, you have a tourist season. I just would want to maximize, you know, every month it getting rented out, because on the months where it doesn't get rented out, you eat all the costs. So that's my thoughts right there. Now, if you can make enough money out, in the tourist season to survive the non-tourist season, great. But you gotta look at those numbers. Um, but yeah, are you guys thinking of coming on the cruise with us? You may see some dolphins. I saw one the day I came in. It's a great idea and funny at all the same time. Did you get a chance to see any of the convo with Detective Matt? So I saw that it happened. I really have not been on any of my social media or anything. I do want us to get Detective Matt on the show. I saw your first interview where you had him the first time. Um, but yeah, I want to watch that one. I've been falling behind a lot of the stuff that I watched. We've been with these kids every day. It's, we want to go to the pool. Now we want to go to the beach. Now we want to go to the pool. Now we're hungry. So once the novelty of a lot of this stuff wears off, I'll be getting caught up. Have you thought about the mountains? Yeah, I have actually. I've actually thought about buying a mountain home though. Uh, we've talked about buying a place at Big Bear, and see that's close enough to me that I can drive to it. And that you get a lot of LA tourists, and they have two tourist seasons because in the winter everyone goes up there to ski, and then in the summer, for a lot of the people who live in the hotter parts of California, they go up there to get away from the heat, because it'll be like the high will be like 75 degrees, and like, it's just beautiful. I like going up. I'll go up in the summer and I'll also go up in the winter. Summer, I'll go up there to get away from the heat. In the winter, I go up there because, I'm an Ohio boy. I'm used to the snow and everything. So I might be like, oh, I miss the snow. Go up there for a weekend and be like, okay, yeah, that's the snow. I've seen it, felt it. How long will we be there? We're gonna be here a week. Yep. We wanted a long beach trip, so yeah, we'll be here a week. Gloria is enjoying it. She loves being on vacation. I I have thought about when I leave California, if I were to come back to the East Coast. Oh, there's a piece of fish and someone's fillet knife. Oh, these two guys are fishing here. Must be their fillet knife. Um, yeah, I have thought about going to. There are parts of West Virginia I really like. My family wants me back in Ohio. If I were to move back to Ohio, I would not move to back. I definitely would not move back to Toledo. I wouldn't move to Columbus. I would probably look at uh, southeastern Ohio in the hills, close to Pittsburgh. I really enjoyed Pittsburgh as a city. I think it's nice. Not enough time, but something. A week long vacation. That's a good one for me. It's a good one for me. I enjoy it. But yeah, I would consider the mountains. The Grangers were trying to talk me into Tennessee, and I didn't say no. Like I'm not opposed to Tennessee. I I just would. I've never lived there, so I'd need to look into it. Uh, but see, Skipper likes to travel, so I have to be near, like within an hour or two of a major airport. I can fly in and out of LAX easier uh, right now, but I don't like driving in LA. It's there's too many ways to be delayed. So a lot of times, and this one included, I flew in and out of Vegas. Just everything about traveling in and out of Vegas is so much easier. So I don't like long vacations. No, I don't blame you. Even the short ones are good. Uh, my parents they wanted a lot of time with their grandkids. They got all their grandkids for their anniversary, so that's what was important. Funny enough, my ex was not the completely crazy one this time. Normally, I've got to deal with my ex whenever I try to take my son somewhere. She's trying to inject all types of drama, trying to get me to change my plans at the last minute. Uh, she did a little bit of that this time. More, she just wanted my itinerary, but I didn't send it to her until the day we flew. But my brother's ex, oh, she, we actually had to make go to the sheriff and make a report because she was threatening to, she was, so he's well within their custody agreement. He's got this time with the kids. He did everything he needed to. He notified her by the right amount of time. He gave her everything that she's entitled to. And she's still disputing the vacation. And it's my parents' 50th. But she was threatening to come down here and take the kids. And the problem is she she has already harassed my mom on several occasions. So uh, my brother wanted, he was like, no, just ignore it. And I was like, no, mom, I'm taking you to the sheriff. And we went to the sheriff, and she filled out, well, didn't fill out, but we talked to a deputy, and she said, look, I don't want this woman anywhere near me. She's threatening to come within my vicinity. She knows I don't want her near me. So the deputy made a phone call, and we're going to go pick up the incident report. And if she shows up, she'll be arrested. My family needs 2 weeks just to decompress. We have too much stress. I mean, we've done 2 week vacations ourselves, so I do get that. Up there in Minnesota, people take 2 weeks and they go to Wisconsin and they go to the lake. And I do like those lakes up there. So I went to there was a resort in Minnesota, a famous one called Craigens. It's up near Bemidji, Minnesota, and I love that name. That was Bemidji was nice. There's a couple nice little towns up there. Um, I would consider a cabin up in Minnesota. It gets cold though. I would just go up there for a few months and lock myself up and fish and hunt. But yeah, so we had all that drama, and it's just so many people. It's like you just need to get therapy. You know, stop putting your kids in the middle of custody battles. Like if you have a problem, just go talk to a therapist. Talk about the problems. Don't escalate things. But yeah, I've got an ex who likes to escalate, and he's got an ex who likes to escalate. So, but I mean, for both of them, it's not turning out well. They both are now faced with more significant legal problems. And do you know how easy it is to just leave someone alone? Do you know how easy you just leave them alone? That's it. Just say, okay, well, I'm going to leave them alone and just ignore them. But I think it, I think it's a modern day woman thing for women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s today. They grew up in broken homes, raised by a single mother, and they just don't. And even the dudes who were raised by single moms, they just don't have coping skills. I've noticed. I noticed that with Marines years ago. Like I could pick out which on my Marines were raised by a single mom and which ones had a dad in the home. The ones with a dad in the home were way more chill. I mean, it wasn't even close. But the ones who had a single mom in the home, like everything was emotion, everything was escalation, and it's pretty sad. What is a vacation? Well, some of the things that Skipper has planned, I'll be taking a lot more vacations if they work out. We'll see. How long have I been streaming? Oh, almost 30 minutes. Okay. But yeah, you see that now. Kids with a dad, an active dad in their life, way more emotionally, in general, in general, way more emotionally stable. Like you tell them no on stuff, they get it. Uh, I remember I had this young Marine, and every time something he didn't like was happening, and the thing is, nothing in the Marine Corps is going to go your way. Every day, there's going to be something that you hate, and he would just be like, "I'm not doing this." And I was like, "You are, because it's a direct order." And he's like, "Well, I don't agree with it." And I was like, "I don't care. I'm your boss. What do I care what you do or do not like? Your job is to do your job and fulfill the mission." Now, it would be one thing if the order I'm giving you is counter to the mission, but it wasn't. And that's when I came to the realization that, oh, yeah, this was a young man who didn't have a father in his life. So I had to have some discussions with him. And that's when I started kind of looking at what does it mean to be a man? And I've broken it down to this: a man takes care of the things he's supposed to take care of. He's supposed to take care of his family. He's supposed to take care of himself. He's supposed to take care of, his bills. He's supposed to take care of his vehicle. Like, that's it. That's it. It has nothing to do with growing a beard. Has nothing to do with changing a tire. Well, kind of changing a tire falls into can take care of your stuff. But I don't think like guys who can't change a tire. Okay, but if you get a flat tire, what are you going to do? And if they say, oh, I'm going to immediately call roadside assistance or do stuff. It's like, okay, well, they're still taking care of the things they need to take care of. So that's fine. I've always said if you must choose between a stable single dad and a stable single mom to raise their children, always dad is much better. Well, the studies actually show that. Nancy, I was a single mom and my son is well adjusted. Hey, there are some moms out there who have raised their kids well. I'm just saying, by and large, your son is a high school teacher. How far am I walking? I want to do about 45 minutes of live stream, and I'm going to walk this way. Uh, I just don't want to turn around and get the sun in your guys' eyes. But yeah, studies show kids raised by a single dad do just as well as kids raised by both parents. Now, I'm not saying, now, obviously, the studies show that kids with single moms, those kids have a higher tendency to end up in prison, a higher tendency to get addicted to drugs. Uh, Not saying that, that's true in every case. Uh, it's by and large, and a lot of that is because we adopted for many years that kids should be with the mother. And but a lot of women are emotional creatures. Well, women are emotional creatures, but some women have not mastered their emotions. And it. I always say, like with my son, there's a respect back and forth that we have for each other. And I've never been, oh, it's my way or the highway. It's what is your opinion? I listen to his opinion, and if I go against him, I tell him why. Uh, but I do take his opinion into account uh, because I have to recognize he's a young man. I'm raising a young man, and he has to be in control of his emotions. What I'm trying to teach him now is, now he's getting into dating age, and I'm trying to teach him that, you know, a lot of men, myself included, make this mistake. Never give up too much of yourself. I let my ex decorate the house. I let my ex, make a lot of decisions about him early on because I thought that, well, that was my job as a dad, was to work and then support mom at home. But I'll tell you, like, because very quickly a lot of those decisions at home were starting to become irrational. And that's when I put my foot down. That's when she left. Where I was like, no, I don't agree with these things. Um, and yeah, so with her, it was with both of us, it was my way or the highway. That's not healthy. A relationship should always be a partnership. And when it's not working, you have to reevaluate. He said these people can't parent with kids in mind. Single mothers are not home all the time, so give the kids more freedom. I mean, yeah, you have to sometimes let the kids make the decisions. Um, you If you try to dictate everything about their life, they're never gonna learn decision making. They're never gonna make mistakes, and mistakes are healthy. I've learned more from my mistakes, and one thing I tell myself, I have I've learned more from my mistakes on when I did something I did it wrong, and I have more regrets about the things I didn't do. And if there's one thing I can tell him, it's don't be afraid to make a mistake. Go through your life, try things, make mistakes. Make mistakes. You'll learn from them. They'll teach you lessons going forward. And, especially now that I have a teenager, he's now to the point where all the things he's going to learn from me, he's learned. He has learned. Uh, Teens rebel. And I read a couple books and went through therapy, and I realized that, now he's going to learn from other male figures in his life. He's learned everything he can from his dad. He's got to learn from, if there's a teacher that he likes, or if his buddy has a dad. Like I talk about my one friend's dad, my one buddy. Uh, when I was about 16, I learned from him, and I got some skills from that. Never, as a dad, never discourage men learning from other men in their life. Uh, the one thing my ex is upset about is that I wouldn't let her replace me in our son's life. She just wanted me to be that dad, take him 2 weeks a year. No, she actually came to me one time. This is part of the crazy. She tried to get me to sign my rights to him away. She had the paperwork already drawn up. How crazy is that? And I told her, I said, there's no money you could ever give me to sign away the rights to my son. This is the most I've chatted in the stream. Well, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. Lulu, hey, good morning. Wow, it's been a while. I think since, how long has it been, Lulu? I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. But, starting to get warmed. I'm starting to sweat. All the fishermen are out. But yeah, some of the crazy stuff I had to deal with my ex. Yeah, she tried to get me to sign away my rights to our son. And I was just like, yeah, that will never, ever happen. Ever. Um, Here, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit down here because I see there's a unleashed dog up there, and Glory doesn't like bigger dogs. So I'm gonna have a seat and finish this on the beach. Hi, Glory. Yeah, people want to see you. Hi. But and there you guys can see the ocean behind me. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. Like, to me, that's a crazy thing to do, to expect a parent to sign away their rights. I'd never indicate I would ever do anything like that. That was just a power play. The other thing I was talking about offline that I dealt with my ex, I remember it was my friend's 30th birthday, and he wanted to have a guys' golf weekend. And his wife called me and said, "Hey, uh, I'm organizing this for him. Would you like to come in as a surprise?" And I said, "Oh, absolutely, I would." So my ex was really upset because she wanted to go, and I was like, "No." I had, again, I had made some mistakes early in our relationship, and I allowed her to do stuff that I, look back and I can say, yeah, that was a mistake. Early on, when I did guy trips, she wanted to come, and she was like, "Oh, I won't go to the football game. I'll just stay at the hotel." Well, that was to micromanage, and all it did was cause fights. So, I don't like when you act like this. I don't like it when you do this. And it's like, I'm on a guy's trip and we're drinking. I'm gonna do some out of pocket stuff because, one, I'm the skipper. You guys see me, and I'm with my friends, and we're gonna say, nasty stuff. Well, I'm gonna tell retard jokes. We're gonna do shots of Goldschlager, stuff like that. And it was like, you can't control all this. Um, but that's what she was attempting to do. So I didn't. I was like, no, I don't agree with that. So I'm not going to do it. And so I went on the trip, and midway through the trip, it was only a weekend. It wasn't like I was gone. It was 4 days. It wasn't like I was gone like a ton of time. It was like travel on Friday, be there golf on Saturday, golf on Sunday, fly out on Monday. It was one of those type of trips, right? And she told me that she had miscarried because she was so upset about this trip. And I was like, "Oh, really?" I go, "Well, what hospital did you go to?" And she said, "Oh, I went to the naval hospital on base." I was like, "Oh," I was like, I had her on Facetime. I was like, "Show me the paperwork that they gave you." And she's like, "What paperwork?" I go, "Well, every time you go to the naval hospital, they always give you paperwork." And she was like, "They never give you paperwork." I'm like, "It shows how often you go to the naval hospital, because every time you go there, like, I know they at least gave you a paper on smoking cessation." She's like, "I don't smoke." I'm like, "I don't smoke either, but every time I go there, they give me that damn paper. So show it to me." And because that's what they do. They'll send you away. They'll give you a whole bunch of things about losing weight, stop smoking. They paper you to death. And she was like, "No, no, they don't do that." Well, they 100% do that. So I knew right then that the whole "I miscarried" was bullshit. And that was just another one of the lies that I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm not putting up with this." I'm just looking at the comments here. Uh, okay, but yeah. Uh, so yeah, that was just some of the craziness that I dealt with. And I'm not saying every woman does that. I don't believe that at all. Uh, but women who do that clearly have emotional issues. Waist size pictures of dead people? What? What? I'm not following this part of the chat. I must have missed it. But yeah, so that was some of the craziness I dealt with. And me and my brother were talking with this craziness of his ex that we're dealing with this week. And I told him, I was like, "This is why I'm in therapy, because most of what me and my therapist we talked about many, many times was, okay, she's doing this, so I'm going to do this. So she's probably going to act this way." And we'd come up with, a couple scenarios of things she would do. So then we would, okay, well, if she does this, here's what I'm going to do. If she does this, here's what I'm going to do. She does this, here's what I'm going to do. And if she doesn't do any of those and she does something else, we'll be in contact. And my therapist was right there with me. In fact, a lot of the messages to my ex over the last several years weren't even written by me. They were written by my therapist. And that's why my therapist, like, as we end up going to into court on some of this stuff, my therapist is like, "I'll be right there with you. I She goes, "Because I've given, and you wrote what I told you to, and I've seen the response in real time." She's like, "I can talk about that." So, and that's to anyone going through a divorce. That's the best advice I've ever gotten was, get experts on your side immediately. Go to a co-parenting class. Even if you don't have a contested custody, go to parenting class. You will benefit. It's also going to show that you're a proactive parent, that you are thinking about what's best for the children. Um, you want to go through that stuff. Get yourself a therapist, someone who's licensed or who has a doctorate, because you want those letters behind their name. The court cares about that. So you want to get people like that on your side. Um, that's that's what saved me. The fact that she kept, you know, my last year, my ex took my son to a therapist, and that therapist was like, "Oh, I think he's a danger." But I had my therapist who was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. We've been together 3 years, and he does things calmly." So that was big on my end to have an expert on my behalf. Uh, and then it was a matter of, okay, how long has the son been seeing this therapist? Less than a month. Yeah, she's not qualified to make any judgments about me. And my therapist was like, Dad is perfectly fine. I can tell by mom's responses that she's got a problem." And that was a big person in my court. And yeah, couple dogs. This dog over here, he's got his ball. Here, I'll turn the camera. I see him glory. I see the dog. Damn it. It's not bringing up. It's. I'm sorry, guys. It's not bringing up the thing. Here, maybe you can see the dog in the background now. He's got his ball. Just walking along the beach. Glory's watching him. He's a little bit bigger than Glory, so Glory probably would not play well. There's a little dog over here, a beagle. Glory would probably do well with the beagle. She likes little dogs. I can't stand guys that relate spending time with their children as got to babysit this weekend. Oh, dude. Yeah, I agree with you. Uh, do you know being a dad is my favorite job? Like it's not a job. I love it. First off, kids in general make me feel younger, so I like being around kids. Um, like when I've been dating women and stuff with kids, I'm like, no, let's go to Disney. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to let's go do these things that are kid things. Let's go to the water park. Because I have fun doing it. I love being around my nieces and nephews. Uh, I love being around my son, even though my son, he traditionally does not like. I asked him, "Do you want to go to a theme park on my birthday?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And he was like, "Can we go to Vegas?" I'm like, "Yeah, we can go to Vegas." Why do you want to go to Vegas? He's like, "I just like Vegas." So we went to a show. We hung out by the pool. What else did we do? We had some great food. That's what my son's into is that type of stuff. And I was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, I'm good doing it. Um, I love. If I have any regrets, it's that I don't have more kids. Hey, heroes, Chris, good to see you. What is this one? Call the VA hospital. You have minutes of recording. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this up about various CYA stuff. Before, yeah, if it's an emergency, yeah. Oh yeah, the VA. You have to fight with them. I had to do that with my brother. Um, I had to tell him he needs. He's been trying to get into therapy for the longest time, and I said, okay, since we're here together, call him now. And I was telling him what to say. So we are. I it might even be today. Today's Monday, so he might be meeting with his therapist today. Um, he's all in a good situation with his custody, though. I'm not worried about that. His ex has made some major mistakes. Like that's why we had to go to the sheriff to threaten. Oh, that's still up there. I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah, his ex has made some major mistakes. That's why we had to go to the the sheriff. And if she shows up, she's gonna get arrested. Imagine threatening to show up on someone's parents' 50th wedding anniversary. That's just where you know you're not wanted. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to create that drama? Some people are just all about them. They're the main character. I can tell that dude's a Marine. It's funny. You can just look at someone and be like, yep, I know that's a Marine. Marine or Marine veteran. We 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 do things a certain way. But yeah, but that's my advice to people. If you have someone in your family who's going through a custody battle or going through a divorce, have them go to see a therapist regularly. Um, have them, uh, just be proactive. Go to a co-parenting class. You'll learn skills. You'll probably know 90% of what they're talking about, but you might learn, oh, yeah, that is a good thing. Like I learned how important grandparents can be in a divorce. Grandparents can make it so much easier because you don't have to deal with the conflicting parent. As long as the grandparents, which most times they're low conflict, um, use them as a buffer. Belgium's. I'm trying to read what this says. Belgium's National Day is on July 21st. Which name was first king of the Belgians, Leopold Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, took constitutional oath. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Uh, but yeah, it. Yeah, you want to get experts. You want to show that you're the reasonable party and doing the best for the kids at all times. And I'll tell you, that's been that's been big for me. I've always thought, always, how does this affect Thomas on any decision? How does this affect him? And then that does weigh into what I decide. Doesn't mean it drives. It becomes one of those things in my decision point. That and never do things emotionally. Rarely does it ever hurt to wait. Yeah, my mother said me and my mother started or wanted to show up at her son's wedding, my ex, wearing all black and a veil and sit in the back of the church. I mean, that's funny, but yeah, you don't really want to be that person. It's funny to say that. It is. And the thing is, you can talk through things like that. That's a lot of what therapy is about, is talking through things like that. Just don't actually do it. I had a discussion. My ex was doing some stuff last week before this trip, and I told my therapist, here's the response I want to send. And she called me. She was like, "You're not going to send that, are you?" I said, "Oh no, oh no. I recognize that would cause more drama, would be toxic, and all this stuff." I go, "It's just how I feel." And she's like, "You're so advanced with your care that you can recognize the unhealthy behaviors, say them, laugh about them, and then put them away, and then say, okay, now what is the serious response?" And and I told her, I said, "Well, here's what the serious response would be." And she's like, "I have no problem with that response." She goes, "That's a very mature and healthy response." And that's what I did. And yeah, it takes two people to argue. That's one thing. Another thing. Oh yeah, yeah. We enjoy our time together. In fact, that was a lot of what came out of mediation. I don't want to cry. Uh, but yeah, my son, when he described his relationship with both parents, he said, "Yeah, I've got a healthy relationship with both my parents. I love my mom. Me and my mom do this." But then there was like a paragraph and a half of things that he and I do, and how we both like the same things and we both laugh about the same things. Like way more written about our relationship than his and hers relationship. And it kind of makes me feel bad for her because she didn't recognize at an early age that, while he loves her and she is a good mom, she didn't she did some things to bond, but because she has that "it's my way or the highway" mentality, it created that distance. Whereas with me, when he's with me, I'm like, "What do you want to do?" I won't lie. This trip, he's been in the pool twice. I've had my nieces in the pool. Him and my nephew, they brought their Xbox and their laptops, and they're like, we're just gonna game. They are literally sitting in the room next to each other gaming. Okay, but that's what they want to do. This is their time off. I don't care. I understand some people have a problem with that. I grew up with video games. Like, if that's what keeps him and my nephew close, great. I want them to have that bond. Um, I did tell him, I was like, yesterday, I was like, "Hey, you're getting out of this room and you're going to go in the pool or on the beach, you name it, but you're doing it." And he came out and we spent a couple hours in the pool, but you know, him and my nephew, they don't get to see each other that often, so they're like, "No, we want to play our video games," and I'm like, "Go ahead." Last night, my son was like, "Hey, can I get a battle pass for this? It's $10." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you can get it." He's got his own cash, but he needed my credit card. And I looked at my nephew. I go, "You want a battle pass too?" And he's like, "I'll take one." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get you guys both a battle pass. 20 bucks. Do you know what I could waste 20 bucks on them with? That would pay for one of us to go to a movie. So if it means they get hours of fun, I'm okay with it. But when they wake up this morning, I'm gonna kick them outside before it gets too hot. I'm getting a sunburn, if you guys can't tell, and I am wearing sunblock. I'm just looking at your guys' things. I'm gonna probably get going here. Uh, but yeah, it's been a good trip, and I'll be doing more of these. I'm gonna try to do one every day. Now that I'm waking up early. But yeah, Lori's having fun. My nieces are giving her so much attention. They had bows in her hair yesterday, and she does not keep bows in her hair. My nieces, oh my god, while my nephew and my son, they're like, just leave us alone, we'll be fine. My nieces demand attention. We were doing sand art, and we built a sand castle yesterday, and then we they wanted to go to the tiki bar and listen to the band, and we did that. And oh my god, these two, they are exhausting. Like, we get in the pool and they just hang on me and my brother, like, constantly, like, arm around our neck. And it's like, I don't remember asking for a monkey on my neck. But yeah, we're having good family time. And my parents are happy, and that's the most important thing. But all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed being able to watch the ocean behind me. We're gonna get going. We're gonna walk back. You want to walk back? Yeah. She's like, okay. I'm getting hot, and you don't like getting in the water. Yeah. Say, I don't like that water. But It doesn't move the way you want it to. If it were still, you'd probably be okay. But there's waves. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.